Arrrr! Avast ye scurvy bilge rats and lusty wenches. 'Tis International Talk Like a Pirate Day, but you knew that. So everyone thinks that I'm going to drink like a pirate, but what they don't know is pirates didn't really drink. And talking like a pirate is fun for about a minute. So I'm going to throw some avasts and some scurvies and some good pirate talk. And I'm going to have to get rid of my hook because I won't be able to handle my drink with the hook. So most people think that pirates drank grog, and grog is a real thing, but it's not a pirate drink. And pirates actually, a lot of them didn't drink. A lot of them didn't drink while they were plundering and pillaging and all that. Largely because they would get drunk and get captured and hung for being pirates. So you didn't want that to happen. And grog, so grog is actually something from the British Navy. So the British Navy, once they started to rule the seas and found rum in the Caribbean, it became a steady diet for the British naval crew and officers. And grog became, basically it's just watered down rum because they wanted to stretch the rations. You would get your ration of rum, and one particular naval officer decided it would have to be mixed with 4 or 6 or 12 parts water, so it's basically just watered down rum. They did at some point add lime juice to it to prevent scurvy. There's my scurvy word. And some of them add sugar as well. So it's basically watered down rum with lime and sugar, which isn't very exciting. So that's not what I'm going to make. What I'm going to make is a drink that was inspired by grog. It's called Navy Grog, and it's actually a tiki drink. So I lied when I said I was done making tiki drinks, because we got one last tiki drink. And this is a drink that both Don the Beachcomber and Trader Vic had their own recipes for, largely because Don the Beachcomber wouldn't give up his recipes, and so Trader Vic had to try and imitate his recipe as best he could. So I'm going to make the original Don the Beachcomber Navy Grog, which apparently started in 1941. And like most tiki drinks, it's got a bunch of different rums. Light rum, which I'm going to use 7 Caves orange rum. And dark rum, I'm going to use 7 Caves barrel-aged rum as our dark rum. And then a Demerara or high-proof rum, I'm going to use Smith & Cross Navy Strength, which is 114 proof. So it's not quite as heavy as your Bacardi 151, but it's higher proof. So we're going to get started here with our rums. So we need an ounce. It's an easy drink to remember, an ounce of each rum. So we're going to do 2 drinks. So here we go with our 7 Caves barrel-aged rum. A little tough to pour with only one eye. There's 2 ounces of our dark rum, 2 ounces of the light rum, and this is 7 Caves orange rum, which I think with the citrus juices in this drink will go nicely. There's 2 ounces of that light rum, and then, oops, see, I almost knocked it over because I can't see out of my bad eye. 2 ounces of our high proof, our Navy Strength Smith & Cross. Then we need some juices. So fresh lime juice to prevent your scurvy. So there's 1.5 ounces, 3/4 of an ounce per drink. Grapefruit juice, also good for the scurvy. There we go. Then I need my honey syrup, which I left in here. Honey syrup is just a 1-to-1 simple syrup, equal parts honey and water. You heat it until the honey dissolves into the water, and it gives you a nice honey flavor. So that's kind of the signature flavor here. So we're going with 2 ounces of our honey syrup. And, oh, I also forgot my club soda. So, club soda. Unusual thing about this drink is that the recipes actually call for you putting club soda into the mix and shaking it with ice, which you almost never do with any carbonated beverage. But I think this is to approximate the grog, which is the water in your official grog. So then we want to put this in our tin here. And then we want enough crushed ice just to cover it up. So got a decent amount of crushed ice here. Ooh. And that'll dilute it down a little bit too. Gives you that grog feel. So we're just going to shake it up till it gets a little chilled. You can feel the outside of the glass, the outside of the shaker get nice and chill. The crushed ice does melt down a little bit to dilute it since it's really strong. Now, like most tiki drinks, there's a gimmick with this one. And the gimmick with this one, Don the Beachcomber created these ice cones, kind of like snow cones. You can make them out of crushed ice. There are places that sell molds, but I just used my Pilsner glass, lined it with parchment paper, filled it with crushed ice, and froze them. You bore a hole down the middle with a dowel or a chopstick or something like that, and you put your straw right in there. Once again, I forgot my strainer. I can't see anything with my eye patch. And I'm gonna strain these right into our double old-fashioned glasses here, right over the ice cone. There we go. And we garnish it with a couple of mint sprigs, which you want to slap them to release the oils. Arrrr. Slap your mint. And a couple of lime wedges for garnish. Arrrr. And that is the original, still can't see, Don the Beachcomber Navy Grog. For talk like a pirate.
I think you're walking around and handing me
I have
that.
to come around and hand me lusty wench a lovely Navy Grog.
Nice. Cool.
Wrap your lips around that, sweetheart. Arr, that'll shiver your timbers and hoist your mainsail. Cheers. Cheers.